Oh, the cardiac Cuse is alive and well after last week's 11-10 overtime win against Army. Tyler Rocky alongside Corey Spector and Chris Venzon. And guys, we all know Syracuse played in some absolute heart attack-like games last year. Does this year's Orange team have the same magic?
Absolutely. I mean, they were terrific on Saturday. The atmosphere there was amazing, Chris.
Yeah, they were able to really pull one out of the hat. They did it all last year. I don't see why they can't keep it going.
All right, well, Syracuse is going to need another upset this week when it travels down south to Charlottesville to take on number 4 Virginia. And this is a Virginia team that's they were ranked relatively high last year, but this year they're looking a lot better. A couple of big wins, including one over Rutgers this season. Corey, I'll start with you. What's Syracuse's key to pull off another upset? Yeah,
the key, Tyler, for me is to stay disciplined for Syracuse. Look, in the first half, they only scored 1 goal. Of course, in the second half, Syracuse scored 10 goals against Army. But they also took 3 penalties in the first half that led to 3 Army goals. They also had some illegal procedures. So for Syracuse, you got to stay disciplined, stay calm, and have confidence in your abilities.
Yeah, Syracuse struggled early on in that game against Army. They really came out of the gate slow, and they luckily were able to come back and pull it out of their hat, as we mentioned earlier. For me, Syracuse really needs to work on that second line of defense. Their first line is very experienced, and Damadana is an excellent anchor for this Syracuse defense. But if you allow 26 shots on goal like they did against Albany, that's not a winning recipe for success. And Virginia comes in having taken the most shots in the entire NCAA. They rank 4th in the NCAA in scoring. So if they're going to be able to pull out another win and pull an upset against Virginia, they're going to need to limit those shots against the Cavaliers.
And Damadana coming off ACC Defensive Player of the Week. He'll have his hands full once again. And Chris, can Syracuse pull off another upset back-to-back weeks?
It's tough to tell at this point. This team really hasn't established its identity, I wouldn't say. They're still kind of figuring out, especially with that young attack. But the potential is pretty unlimited at this point. You see guys like Brendan Bomberry, Jamie Trimboli, Nate Solomon. All of those players are very capable scorers. I'm going to go 14-12, my prediction for Syracuse. They might pull it off. I could really see this game going in any direction, however. But I would not bet against John Desko. He's had this team rolling for an entire year now. The magic is still there for me.
Yeah, Chris, I'm going to disagree with you. I think Virginia wins this one 13-10. Look, this is Syracuse's first road game of the season. We know against Army, the home crowd was a big advantage for them. They're not going to have that advantage this time down in Charlottesville. And I just think Virginia's the better team. Look, this is the 3rd consecutive year Virginia's recruited the #1 midfielder to their team, Ryan Conrad Jr., Dox Aiken, and Matt Moore. That midfield is lethal. I just think they're more talented, Chris. 13-10 Virginia.
All right, split panel here for us on Cuse Countdown. For Corey Spector and Chris Venzon, I'm Tyler Rocky. Syracuse and Virginia coming up this Sunday. Enjoy the game.